Start recording this and share my screen. Oh. Okay. And we'll go back here. All right. So, welcome back, everybody. I know it's a Monday and it's finally May, so I'm sure that you guys are ready to be done and thinking about summer and all that other stuff, because I am the same way. I have two final papers to write that are 15 pages each, so I'm getting there, but it's something. Oh, I am on the wrong slide. Okay, so just to go over what we're gonna do today. First of all, thanks for coming to class. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Did anybody do anything fun? No? It's a fairly nice weekend, so yeah, I hope that everyone had a good one. So we're gonna briefly go over the regular verb conjugations, because I know even some people have been having problems with that, which I mean that's fine. I don't mind going over them. We'll review our regular verbs that we went over, the ear, stare, and a star. We'll go over our homework for today, what you had to do, and things like that. And I had to start so late last week because I was having computer problems and things. And I had some games and stuff with the conjugations that we didn't get to play last week, so we can do that. We might review the uses of Sarah and a star, but I don't know if we're gonna get to that. And we're gonna go over what you have to do for homework for Thursday. Okay. So the regular verb conjugations, I wanted to show this to you guys. So if you go on our Google Classroom page, it says that I posted a new material, which is our regular verb conjugation chart. And let's see, it's loading. So this actually came from a book that I found, and it's like a 600-page book on verb conjugations. I was like, oh my god, I need to buy it because I love this stuff. But so this pretty much, if you ever don't feel like going through the PowerPoints or anything like that, I do have this here, and this is on Google Classroom. It's just like a PDF file. It's and I took it directly from the book that I found. I can send you guys the link to it if you'd like, but it's a lot. But so the present tense rules for AR, ER, and IR endings, and these are all the regular ones. So we have the regular verb chart in the present, and that's what we've been doing, the present tense. So you're going to drop the AR, ER, IR ending, and you're going to add the new endings, which we went over that. So, and we talked about the subjects, and you see they're kind of what I taught you before. I is yo, you is to, she. It is just kind of that's a weird one, but you formal is usted, we is nosotros, they is ellos or ellas, depending on boys, girls, and you guys is ustedes, and we went over all that. So now this is just in a little bit of a different format than how I usually do it, but tells you the same thing. So for the AR verbs, the ending is o. For yo, tu is as. El ella usted is a. Nosotros is amos, and ellos and ustedes is on. For ER verbs, you can see in the yo form, all the AR, ER, and IR verbs are the same. They're all the same. They all end in O. Tu is ES. He, she, you formal is E. We, nosotros is emos, EMOS. And they and you guys ustedes is EN. And for ear, not ear, but for the IR verbs, remember the O is the same. The ES is for tu, it's the same as the ER verbs. The el, ella, usted is E, same as the ER verbs. And the nosotros form, the ending is emos, IMOS. And you can see that they're all different. The AR, ER, and IR verbs are all different in the nosotros form. And they, ellos, and ustedes is en. And you can see that's the same one as the er verbs. So I know that we've been going over this for a little while, but does anybody have any questions or anything on conjugating regular verbs or the endings, anything like that, subjects? And as you can see, like in this chart, they don't include the vosotros form either. Like I said, nobody really uses it unless you're like in Spain talking to like more than one person. So nobody really uses it. So it's not even included on this chart. So does anybody have any questions, or are we kind of okay with this? And this is on Google Classroom, so you can look at it whenever you want to and whenever you need to. Is everybody okay? Okay. So we'll get rid of that. Oh, I didn't even see the messages in my chat. Okay, so I got your message, Salima. So you're starting to understand this a little bit more. Is that like, okay? I mean, once you know this, like I could list them all off right now, like without even looking at it, because I've known it for so long. The more that you, the more amount of time that you know this, the more practice that you get with it, the easier it gets. So, I mean, like I said, if you're not, completely sure about all this stuff yet, that's completely fine. And we are, I did get your message, Ahmad, saying that you're a little bit confused as to the homework for Thursday, and that's okay because we're going to go over it. So, I figured that we could start today with some verb conjugation games. So feel free to, there's only like 3 of us here. So feel free to say the answer, type the answer, anything. So, and these are actually kind of fun. Like I actually play them sometimes. Okay, so conjugate the regular Spanish verbs between the parentheses using, so nosotros consumir, and it has the definition here. So based on what we know about the nosotros form, which one are we going to pick here? It's not the O ending. It's not the ES ending. It's not the EN ending. Nosotros ends in IMOS for IR verbs, right? We're going to pick that one. So which one are we going to pick for ella? And the verb is informar. Does anybody want to take a guess? Anybody want to guess? No? Well, let's see. Oh, informa. Yep, that's correct. Okay, so we have ellos, and the verb is pasar. Are we going to say pasas, pasan, pasa, or pasamos? You can take a little bit of time to think about it too. We're going to use the ellos form. So think about the ending with AR verbs in the ellos form. Feel free to look at your chart, anything like that. Hi, Deja. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine.
So right now we're just doing like an activity here with the regular conjugations. So like we have ellos, that's our subject, and the verb is pasar. So we're just like picking the right conjugation here. Okay, so let's go over this one. I got your message, Shalima. So remember for the ellos form, let's go back to our chart here. For the ellos form, and let's see. So you can see it's an AR verb, right? Let's go here. And here's our AR chart and ellos. So which ending are we going to use? So which one are we going to pick? It's not pasamos, because remember pasamos is the is the nosotros form. This is the ellos form. Like they pass by. So which one are we going to use? We know it's not this one because we said that's the nosotros form. Yes. Yep. Okay. Deja, I just got your message. Okay. Yep. It's pasan. So hablar is a verb that we work with a lot. So that's an AR verb too. And our subject is él, him. So are we going to say habla, él habla, él hablan, él hablas, or él hablamos? Which one is the correct one? Habla. Yep, that's correct. I know that she sent me a private message, but yes, that is correct. El ensuciar, and I know we don't know a lot of these verbs, but we can conjugate them because they're just, and it does have the definition here. So our subject is el. So is it going to be ensucio, ensucia, ensuciamos, or ensucias? What is going to be the correct ending for this one based on el? He. Just give everybody a little bit to think about it. Yep. No, it's not going to be ensucio. Let's look at our chart here. So let's look at our verb. It's an AR verb, right? So right here we have an AR verb. And you can see I is yo. I is a yo ending. I and yo and sucio. So it's not going to be yo because our verb is el. So he. So we're going to use the A ending. So which one is it going to be? And sucio. Nope, it's not going to be, let's see. It's not going to be the AS because if we look at our chart here, tu, you is the AS ending. We have el here, he. So it's going to be the A ending. So it's going to be ensucia, right? So for this next one here, we have tu. That's our subject. Does that make sense, Deja? You kind of understand that? Okay, good. Yeah, and like this chart that I have here is on Google Classroom, and we'll go over that then. So tu is our subject, and our verb is cancelar. So it's an AR verb, and we're going to pick the ending for tu. So is it going to be cancelas, cancelo, cancelamos, or cancela? Based on where it's tu, you cancel. So what's it going to be? What's going to be the correct ending? Is it AS, O, AMOS, or A? What's it going to be? Anybody want to take a guess here? Yes. Cancelas. Yep, that's correct. Because if we look at our chart, it's an AR verb, and tu is the AS. Yep, that's correct. So for this next one, we have ellos contribuir, which means to contribute, and it's they, and it's an IR verb. They, ellos. So is it going to be contribuye, contribuimos, contribuyo, or contribuyen? Think about the ellos and the IR verbs. What's going to be the correct ending? Is it E, IMOS, O, or EN? I know that this one is a little bit irregular, but the endings are the same. Anyone want to take a guess? Well, let's take a look. So you said it's contribuimos. So we have an IR verb, right? We got that right. And nosotros, we, is the IMOS ending. So, but in our thing here, in our exercise, it's ellos, they. So let's go back to our chart. And we have they, it's an IR verb. Let's go over. It's the EN ending. So which one is it going to be? We have an EN ending. So it's going to be this one because it has the EN ending. Does that make sense to everybody? We're okay with that? Okay. Okay. Yep, you were right. So we have el here, that's our subject, and we have mira, and that's to look or to watch at. To watch. So el, it's an AR verb, right? And it's el, he. So is it going to be miran, mira, miramos, or miras? Is it going to be an AN ending, an AMOS, or AS, depending, because it's L. So which one is it going to be? Anybody want to take a guess? Yeah. Yep, you said it's mira. That's correct. Because it's L and it's an AR verb. So for this next one, we have ella, that's our subject, she, and our verb is comprender. So, and that means to understand. So how are we going to conjugate this one? Is it going to be comprende, comprendemos, comprendes, or comprenden? And let's look at our endings. Is it going to be an E ending, the amos ending, the ES ending, or the EN ending? Because it's a, so which one are we going to pick? Anybody want to take a guess? It's going to be comprende, right? Because let's go to our chart here. We have the ER verbs. Yep, you're right. The ER verbs, and it's she, and it's an E ending. Yep. So for this next one, we have yo is our subject, I, and our verb is vencer, and that means to like conquer, defeat, anything like that. So is it going to be venzo, vencemos, vence, or vencen? And I know that this has an irregular Z here, but we're going to go over that later on. But the endings are the same. So is it going to be O, hemos, E, or EN? Which one are we going to pick? Because it's yo, it's I. Well, let's go to our chart here. And we have an ER verb, right? Vencer. And it's yo, that's the subject, I. So our ending is going to be O, right? So it's going to be venzo. Okay. So for this next one, we have ellas mudar, and that's to change or to alter something. So ellas is our subject, and it's the same thing as ellos. It's just like a group of women. Same thing. It's just different. So is it going to be mudamos, mudo, mudan, or mudas? And remember, we're using the ellos form, and it's an AR verb. So is our ending going to be amos, o, an, or as? So we're going to use they change or they alter something. So which one are we going to use here? Does anyone want to take a guess? Well, let's go to our chart here. So we have an AR verb, and our subject is a yes. Go over here. So here's our AR verb chart right here. We're going to go down until we see AS, and the ending is AN. See, it's the same as AOS. On. So our answer is going to be mudan, right? Okay, so this one's a little bit different. Nosotros calmarse. So this is a little bit, don't worry about these things in the front, but they're called reflexive verbs, and we'll go over them a little bit later. But for nosotros, let's focus on that. It's basically saying like we calm ourselves down. So is it going to be AS, AN, AMOS, or A for nosotros? And it's an AR verb. So let's go to our chart here. Our AR verbs are right here. And our subject is nosotros, which means we. So it's going to be almost, right? So we're going to do nos calmamos. Okay. And this one's kind of the same way. Él is our subject. He. Peinarse is the verb, and it's another reflexive. But like I said, don't worry about that. We're going to focus on the AN. Is it going to be peinan, pena, peno, or penas? It's L. So is it going to have an AN ending, an A ending, an O ending, or an AS ending based on the subject? It's L. So what's it going to be? And that means to comb your hair, to do your hair. Not that you have to know that, but it's an AR verb. So let's go to our chart here. And él is our subject, right? He. So it's going to be A. So it's going to be se pena. For this next one, we have él, he, casar. And that's like he marries or something like that. So how are we going to say that? Is it going to be casas, caso, casamos, or casa? We have an AS ending, an O ending, an AMOS ending, or an A ending. What are we going to pick? Because it's L and it's an AR verb. Well, let's go to our chart. AR ending, L is our subject, right? So we're going to go down to here. We're going to go over. It's an A, right? So it's going to be casa. Yep, that's correct. So for this next one, we have yo ban.
The vacuum and sift. From the track.
So for this next one, I see a couple more people are coming in. Let me just write down who's here. Oh, I see that there's somebody here that just says, oh, that's, gosh, okay. Sorry, it just said iPhone, and I was like, I don't know who that is. Okay. So, for this, oh, and for those of you that just came in, we're just going, like, this is just like an exercise with our regular verb conjugations, and we've been using this chart here, which is the one that I put on Google Classroom, so it's all there. So for this next one, we have yo bañar, which is our verb, and that means like to bathe, to take a bath. And yo is our subject, so, and bañar is an AR verb because it ends in an AR. So, sorry about that. So is it going to be yo bañamos, yo baña, yo baño, or yo bañas? What's going to be the correct one based on the yo form for AR verbs? Is our ending going to be amos, a, O, or AS? What's it gonna be? Anybody want to take a guess? Well, let's go over to our chart here. It's an AR verb, and our subject is yo. So we're going to look for that. Here it is. It's an AR verb, so we're just going to go over here, and it's an O. So it's going to be baño. Okay. So we have, for this next one, our subject is yo, I, and the verb is iniciar, which means to initiate. And it doesn't really matter if you don't know what the verbs mean. You can still conjugate them because they all conjugate the same, the regular ones. So our first option here is inicio. Second option is inician. Third one is iniciamos. And the fourth one is inicias. So our subject is yo. So is it going to be an O ending, an AN ending, the amos ending, or AS ending? Which one is it going to be? Anybody want to take a guess? It's an AR verb. Well, let's go to our chart. Let's find our subject. So it's yo, right? And that means I. So we have an AR verb, so we're just going to go over here, and it's an O. Because remember, all the yo forms are the same. They all end in O. So it's going to be inicio. So for this next one, to is our subject, you. Our verb is disfrutar, which means to enjoy. Is it gonna, so our options here, is it gonna be disfrutas, disfruto, disfruta, or disfrutan? And is it gonna be an AS ending, an O, an A, or an AN? Our subject is to, it's you. So which one are we gonna pick? Anyone want to take a guess? Well, let's go to our chart. And here's our subjects. So we're going to go down to 2, right? It's an AR verb. So our ending is going to be AS, right? Disfrutas. So for this next one, we have yo is our subject, I, and beber is to drink. That was one of our vocabulary words. So it's an ER verb. So is it going to be yo bebe, yo bebo, yo beben, or yo bebes? Is our ending going to be E, O, EN, or ES? What are we thinking? Oh. Bebes. Yep, 2 bebes. Yep, that's correct. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. It's yo. I thought it was 2. So let's go to our chart here. So you said that it was bebes. So here's our ER verbs. And you said it was the ES ending. So if we go over, that's with 2, right? You drink. But our subject here is yo. It's I. So here's our subject, I, and it's an ER verb. So we're going to go over, and it's O. Remember, all the yo forms end in O. Okay? So we only have 2 more to do. So the next one is ellos, that's they, and the verb is dudar, which is to doubt, like they doubt. How are we going to say that? Is it going to be ellos dudo, ellos dudamos, ellos dudan, or ellos duda? So it's ellos, it's they. So which one are we going to pick for an AR verb? Is it going to have an O ending, an AMOS ending, an AN ending, or an A ending for they? Anybody want to try? And it's like completely okay to be wrong. Like it's okay. Ellos dudan. Yep, that's correct. Yep, you're right. So last one here, we have el dedicarse. So this is a reflexive, like I said. So basically just focus on dedicar, and that means to dedicate. So would it be dedicas, dedicamos, dedica, or dedico? And it's L. So is it going to have an AS ending, an AMOS ending, an A ending, or an O ending? It's L, and it's an AR verb. So which one are we picking here? I know this one can be a little bit difficult because it's a reflexive verb. Reflexive verbs are actually somewhat difficult. So they're not really difficult in conjugating, just like knowing when to use them. So, but which one are we going to pick? It's based on the conjugation. It's an AR verb. We can go to our chart here, and we're going to go to our subjects. And we're going to go down, and we say el, right? It's an AR verb, dedicar. Let's go over. It's going to be A. So it's going to be dedica, right? Well, let's see our results. I don't know if it's going to let us, but yep, we got 20 out of 20 correct. So good job, guys. We did good. Okay. So there's that. Okay. So I do have another one here, but I'd like to go over like what we actually have to do for today. If we have time, we'll do that one, but I don't think we will. So let me see what I had for homework. I don't even remember. And oh, yep, we had a regular verb conjugation practice. So we'll just go over this together. So so for this first one, we're going to classify each verb as an AR verb, an ER verb, or an IR verb. So let's do this together. Is hablar going to be an AR verb, an ER verb, or an IR verb? Which one are we going to pick? Oh, we have some messages here. Yep, it's an AR verb. You're right. Is comer going to be an AR, ER, or IR verb? And these are pretty simple because they're just going off the endings. Yep, it's ER. Is vivir going to be AR, ER, or IR? Yep, that's right. Good job. So for this first one here, we're going to say yo tomo. Does that mean I drink or you drink? Is it going to be A or B? You can just say A or B, whatever. Well, remember, yo means I, and you is two. So it's going to be yo tomo, which is A, I drink. Yep. Nosotros tomamos. Is it going to be like you guys drink, like all of you drink, or we drink? It's going to be we drink, like Ahmad said in the chat. Yep, because nosotros means we. For number 3, is it going to be usted cree? Is it going to be I believe or you believe? You believe. Yep, it's going to be you because remember, I is yo. So for number 4 here, we have ustedes creen. Like you guys, like you all believe or we believe. What does ustedes mean? It's going to be you all, right? Because we is nosotros, right? Okay. So for this one, we're going to choose the correct translation. So we have you all talk, like you guys, like all of you. Is it going to be yo hablo, tú hablas, or ustedes hablan? What's going to be the correct one here? It's actually, so you said it's going to be B. Now remember, this is saying you all, like you guys, like more than one person. If it was just you talk, it would be tú hablas. But it's going to be more than one person. So remember, ustedes means like you guys. So it's actually going to be C. And I know that one was a little bit confusing, but like if it was just one person, like you talk, it would be tú hablas. But we're talking to like more than one person. So we're saying like you guys talk. So that would be ustedes hablan. For the second one, we have I drink. Is it going to be yo bebo, nosotros bebemos, or ustedes beben? What are we going to pick for that one? Remember, we're going to say I drink. So is it going to be yo, nosotros, or ustedes? It's going to be yo, right? Because yo bebo means I drink. Nosotros means we drink. And ustedes bebemos means you guys drink. Okay. For number 3, we have we drink. Is it going to be yo bebo, nosotros bebemos, or él bebe? Anybody want to take a guess? Well, let's see here. Yo bebo means I drink, right? Because yo means I. Nosotros bebemos. That means nosotros is we, right? And that's conjugated in the nosotros form. So that means we drink. So B is the correct one. So C is él bebe, which means he drinks, right? So B is our correct answer for number 3. For number 4, we have you live. So is it going to be yo vivo, tú vives, or ellos viven? Which one are we going to pick for that one? Anybody want to take a guess before I start explaining? Okay. So yo remembers I, and that means I live because that's conjugated with an O. Number 2 is tú, which means you vives, and that's conjugated in the tú form. So that B is the correct answer. And C is ellos viven, which means they, right? Ellos means they live, and that's conjugated as you can see. So the correct answer for 4 is B. For number 5, we have you all, you guys live. So is it going to be nosotros vivimos, ellos viven, or ustedes viven? Which one's it going to be? Anybody want to guess? No? Okay. So let's go over this. So nosotros is we, right? We live. Ellos is they live. And C, ustedes viven. Remember, ustedes is like you guys, like all of you. So C is going to be the correct answer. Okay. So that's it for that section. So one more section here. And I'll like write the endings out here, and then I'll delete them because I don't know if you guys can see this or not. But to write the correct ending, so our verb is hablar, and we're going to use the nosotros, nosotras form. So they have the stem here for you. They have the HABL. So what's going to be the ending for AR verbs for nosotros? Anybody want to guess? No? Well, let's go to our chart here. We're going to use AR verbs right here. Let's go down to our subject, which is nosotros. Remember, it's going to be an amos ending, so it's AMOS. Oh. Right? So the second one is also hablar. And it's asking for ustedes form, the you guys form. And it already has a stem here for you. Anybody want to take a guess on what the ending for that one would be? Any endings? Okay, well, let's go over here to our subjects, right? We're going to go down, down, down until we see ustedes, right? Because that's what we're looking for. Oh, that's what we're looking for, ustedes. So, and remember, it's an AR verb. So it's going to be AN, right? So it's going to be ustedes hablan. I'm just putting them out here. But ustedes hablan, right? That's correct. So for the third one here, our verb is comer, and that's an ER verb. So we have yo, COM, it gave you the stem. All we need is the ending. So what's going to be our ending for, yo in an ER verb? Anybody want to take a guess? No? Let's go over here. And ER verbs with yo is O. So it's going to be yo como. Okay. For number 4, we're just running out of time, so I'm just going to go a little bit faster here. For comer, we have usted blank. What's going to be it? We're going to use our ER verbs right here. And we're going to look for usted. There it is. We're going to go over to ER, and it's an E. So it's going to be usted come. Usted come. For 5, we have vivir. And we have usted vive something with an ending. So let's go over here. We're going to look for usted. Usted is right here in our subjects, and we're going to go all the way over to IR verbs because vivir is IR. So it's going to be an E ending, right? For number 6, we have vivir, and our subject is nosotros or nosotras, either one. So we have our stem here, which is VIV. So let's go to our chart and let's find nosotros. Right here we are. And we're going to go all the way over to our IR chart, and it's emos, right? So it's vivimos. Right. Okay, so for our last one here for our homework, we have vivir and we have ustedes. That's our subject. So like you guys, y'all, and we need our ending for that. So let's go to our chart, and we have ustedes right here. You're going to go all the way over to IR, and it's going to be EN. So it's going to be viven, EN. Does that make sense to everybody? Or does anybody have any questions on this homework? Or are we kind of okay with that? We're okay? Okay. All right, good. So let me go over the homework because I didn't get through like nearly what I wanted to today, but that's okay. So what we're going to do for our homework for Thursday, you guys can just make it like at a Google Doc or something like that, or you can just email me your answers or anything like that. So you're going to complete the following sentences with the correct present tense form of the verb estar. So we didn't get to it today, but that's okay because we went over it before. We're going to go to, here's our estar conjugation, right? We went over that. It's yo estoy, tú estás, él, ella, usted está, nosotros estamos, ellos, ustedes están. Now remember, this is an irregular verb, but that's okay because we went over this. So, Ahmad, I know you had a question about this. So right here. Now, remember, you try to use that chart that I have on the PowerPoints. I have them on a couple PowerPoints, so you'll be able to find them. So complete the following sentences with the correct present tense form of the verb estar. So for the first one, Andrea blank en la escuela. So she is at school. So we're gonna use a star for all of these. So you're just gonna conjugate that. So let's go back to our chart here. Andrea. So that's she, right? So here's our chart. We're going to go to ella está. So you're going to write Andrea está en la escuela. Okay. So for the second one, we have he. Well, I know that you guys don't know what this means, but it says like he's right, like he has a reason for saying this. Yo is our subject. Blank de acuerdo con él, which means I agree with him, and you use a star, so it's going to be yo estar. So which one are we going to use? Let's go. We have yo estoy. Yeah. So it's going to be yo estoy de acuerdo con él. If you guys would like to, I can send out a like conjugations of these sentences. That might help a little bit. I'm sure that you guys like know what la fiesta means, and that one might be a little bit difficult because it's just it. That would be classified under this one, so it would be la fiesta está. Okay. Ellas is the ellos form. Mi hijo, that means my son, which is he. Ustedes for number 6. You guys. Nosotros, we. Tú for 8. Yo for 9. Jorge, which is he, for 10. El, he, for 11. Los libros, which is they, right? The books, they are on the table. So that would be they, the they form, so están. 13 is ustedes, which I know right here it is. I know that's just an abbreviation, so don't worry about that. Number 14 is nosotros, we. And I really meant to go over this today, but we really just don't have time. But so I'm sorry, but if you need help with any of this, send me an email. So I had like all this practice and stuff like that. So yeah, so for the next class, we're probably just gonna go over our regular verbs. Like I said, we're gonna review the homework that's gonna be due for Thursday, which is what I just went over with you guys. We'll review the uses of ser and estar, and we'll do more practice with that. Let me stop my share here. Does anyone have any questions or anything on the homework? Or does that make sense? I'm actually gonna stop recording too.